Hi, everybody. This is Gary Dean with Sentiment Timing, and this is our technical video report for Tuesday, June 25th, 2025. So we actually got into a half a position today. It was a call credit spread, and we sold the 54.75 and bought the 54.80, and it was only half a position because I had said, I kind of had a feeling that they may try to test the 54.81. So, I said, wait till you see the S&P up near the 54.80, 79 area to fill the trade. And it never got up there. So this was half a position. We made 675. It was okay, but there was stress, and the stress came when, this market wasn't stopping. So we had this double test down there. I didn't think we were really getting above right around that 54.65 level. But the AI was saying to use the 75.80s, and that's what I used on it. And I'm glad I did, because it would have been really tough if I took it any closer. But in any case, it worked out okay. And this is really, the easiest way to show this market is the bears failed right here. If they would have taken this lower, we would have had I think we would have seen some panic selling hit. I mean, you could sit there and say, oh, it's the NASDAQ, but it's one stock that's literally lifting this whole market right now. And NVIDIA was up something like 6% today after getting clobbered the past few days. And that had the NASDAQ trading up over 1% as the Dow was down 300 points, 320 points, and the S&P decided to just run with the NASDAQ, or I should say with NVIDIA. And, they closed. I wasn't really anticipating this much strength. I was anticipating a bounce, but probably to come up and test this area before coming back down. And my target is still down at that 5,400 level. But the Bears are going to have to break through this this support wall right here, because it's it's held up twice, and this one we got a lot of bears that got trapped on this one and got squeezed out. Now, just looking at the pattern, if you look in the red here, the danger part, and I guess we'll find out as soon as tomorrow, probably at the open, whether this is going to be in play or not. But if the Bears open, if they can bring the market, let's say we open up higher by a little bit, 4 or 5 points, and then the Bears step in, this is this is definitely has the look and feel of an ascending triangle, or even what we may be able to even call it is, because right now you can see that the only reason why I'm putting this into play here is if this is a descending triangle, which it still could be when everything is said and done. Hang on, I don't know what's going on here. Okay. It should have been, it's close. It really, we could sit there and say that it's, this is the bottom of it. It may be stretching. Maybe we use it's forming a, some type of little bullish pennant. But if that's the case, we're still looking for another round of lows coming down here, down to the 54.40. And if we get there, then, like I said, there's a lot of people that are using that 54.45 level as their trigger. So if we break through it, it's going to be panic selling down. But if the bulls can open above this gets wiped out, and then all we're going to do, we delete this and say, here's our range. The next stop's coming back up to 54.90, and then everybody's wave counts that they have are going to be all messed up. So, the ones that I follow that are really good, they're calling this a wave B, and there's going to be a wave C, and then make an ABC again, and they're also looking around that 5,400. But that's not where I got my number. I know that's major support. So if the bulls, it's pretty overbought right here, but momentum, is barely higher, so it's not at any kind of extremes. You can see this with the RSI as well. On the 60-minute chart, we're getting close to that, overbought levels. So, the bounce kind of makes sense here, but we're now, if we come up, we may start to see some sell signals on that. I would just, again, until this support breaks or this resistance breaks, just use this as the range. And if we get up to this 54.90, look to possibly short, but make sure the top is in place for it. And if we get below here, if we get down to these levels, look to buy, and if it breaks through it, then you just switch to the sell side. So that's really about it. There's nothing else. The internals are all pretty much the same as they were, which are giving sell signals. And we're gonna just keep making these trades, let the market run out of gas, or looks like it's going to be heading into some resistance or support, and just sell the credit spread on that side. And it's worked really well for the last 2 days. And the reason why we're doing it is if we put the Condor credit spread on, we'd have been stopped out both days because the market's just moving that fast. So these are not what I call risk-free trades, because if it does go above that, you're going to lose whatever you purchased that you sold those the spread for. So you can put a stop in place. You can do a bunch of things with it. We were up on it, and I just said I'm putting my stop at entry, and I'm going to let this play out. Yeah, it was not comfortable at the coming towards the close, because we got up to the 54.72, and we sold the 54.75s. But we were still up on it because it was late in the day. And like I said, I just put my stop in place and said whatever happens, happens, and it ended up working out. But that's really it. So if the bulls can jump above this trend line that I was just showing you, then anticipate we're coming up to 50.90. If they hold it down, keep an eye on this 54.45, because if it fails, and this is they're going to look at it as a descending triangle, has about 50 points to the downside. So it's actually more, 50.05. So about 50, 60 points to the downside, which would bring us right next to that the 5,400 level. So let's see what plays out tomorrow. Have a great night, and I'll